Hello viewers, have you been finding it difficult to name inorganic compounds? Don't scroll. In this video, I'm going to explain how to name binary inorganic compounds. The binary inorganic compounds are compounds that consist of two elements. Compounds of two elements are binary inorganic compounds. So the following compounds are binary inorganic compounds because they consist of two elements. The first one consists of copper and oxygen. The second one consists of aluminium and oxygen. The third one consists of sulfur and oxygen. So therefore, they are binary compounds. So when your compound consists of a metal or cations, don't forget that the metallic atoms are cations, and a non-metal or anion So the metallic atom, the metallic atom will be named fully. You name the metallic atom fully. While the non-metal will end with "ide". The non-metal ends with "ide". So when you have a compound that consists of transition elements and a non-metal so you name the transition elements fully. You name the transition element fully with the oxidation number. You name with the oxidation number of that transition element. You name the transition element fully with the oxidation number of that transition element. While the non-metal ends with "ide". The non-metal will end with "ide". So another one is when you have non-metal and non-metal. So when you have non-metal and another non-metal, the first non-metal will be named fully. You name the first non-metal fully with the oxidation number of that first non-metallic atom, while the second non-metal will end with "ide". So let's apply the following tips to name the following compound. The first one consists of copper and oxygen. Copper is a transition element. Oxygen is a non-metal. So when we have transition element and a non-metal, the transition element will be named fully with the oxidation number. So copper is a transition element. So we are going to name it fully. Copper what? So what is the oxidation number of this copper? So we have to calculate the oxidation number of copper out of this compound. Copper oxide is CuO. Then you look for copper. Make copper your unknown. Let me change this copper to X. Now the charge on oxygen is 2 minus. That is, the valence of oxygen is 2 minus 2. So the oxygen now will change to -2 equal to 0. So X equal to, bring -2 down to this side, will give you +2. So the oxidation number of copper, our copper is X. The oxidation number of copper is 2. So you call it copper 2. Copper 2 what? Then oxygen, the second element, which is a non-metal, will end with "ide". So you not call it oxygen anymore, you call it oxide. So the name of this compound is copper 2 oxide. So let's move to number 2. Then number 2 consists of aluminium and oxygen. Aluminium is a metal. Oxygen is a non-metal. So when you have metal and non-metal, the first metallic atom will be named fully. So you are going to name it fully. That is aluminium what? Then the second element, which is a non-metal, will end with "ide". Oxygen will change to oxide. So we call it aluminium oxide. aluminium oxide. Aluminium oxide is not a transition, aluminium is not a transition element. So we don't need to name with the oxidation number of aluminium. So let's move to the last one. Sulfur is a non-metal. Sulfur is a non-metal. Oxygen is a non-metal. So non-metal, non-metal. When you have non-metal, non-metal, you name the first non-metal fully with the oxidation number of that non-metal. So S is sulfur. So we are going to name it fully. Sulfur. Sulfur what? So you calculate the oxidation number of sulfur out of this compound. So let's calculate the oxidation number of sulfur. Is S and O2. So we are looking for sulfur, so let's change it to unknown. The valence of oxygen is 2 minus. So minus 2 times 2 will give us minus 4 equal to 0. So x equal to, bring minus 4 down to this place, it will give us 4. So the oxidation number of sulfur is 4 plus 4. So you call it sulfur 4. Sulfur 4 what? Then oxygen, the second non-metal will end with "ide", so you call it oxide. Oxide. Sulfur 4 oxide. So